Possession across the back line. John Terry, loose ball. Begovic comes off, and Castellano's second great opportunity. Less than 5 minutes in this second 45 minutes. This time makes no mistake about it. Cannot believe his luck. The Iona product got his opportunity, took it well, pressured the back line, forced the turnover, and levels this scoreline 51st minute.
It will be a goal he never forgets. And it all came down to sharpness and awareness after some sloppy play at the back from Chelsea. Not the best of clears. Brought Red Bull Arena to life here a bit. Red Bull fans beginning to make a bit of noise. They kind of sat on their hands in the first half. Kind of just in awe of looking at Chelsea out here. But now all of a sudden they've come to life with the goal.
I think big picture, Glenn, this was a fan base that was pretty unfamiliar with the first 11 that they saw out there in that first half. Great opportunity for some of these young players now to continue to show that in their minds they belong on this field.
Here's Hazard now. He can make things happen. Picks out the right pass, top of the box. Is Loftus-Cheek. Trying to step into it was Ramirez. Battling spirit being displayed here by Sean Davis and the New York Red Bulls. Here is Stoltz. And the offside flag is up. New York, with a little bit of patience out wide there, would have been in.
Yeah, very interested to see how the number 36, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, does with this group in particular. Keep in mind, when Chelsea went on their postseason trip down to Australia, played against Sydney FC, won 1-0. He was the young player that was criticized by Jose Mourinho, saying it just wasn't good enough. He cruised around the field. He showed no heart, showed no intent. And every time you put that jersey on, you have to play at a certain level. Still, just 19 years of age, 6'3". Keep an eye on the number 36 for Chelsea, how this game plays out.
Yeah, interesting note on Loftus-Cheek, the tag. What you said, Brian, is that he joined Chelsea at age 8, came up through the academy, all the way to the senior team in 2014. So it's a pretty remarkable story. He has been around Chelsea pretty much his entire life.
Jose Mourinho rates him very, very highly, but that's what he was saying. Loftus-Cheek just can't waste his talent by not wanting to get everything he can every time he steps on the field. I mean, look at that size, and he's a number 10. In his mind, he's a playmaker. Not too often do you see a player with that size, that type of strength in a playmaking role.
Maybe the tallest playmaker in the world. This looks so long-legged. He almost looks like a basketball player. He looks so much taller than everybody. Red Bulls in possession here. Obakop, who showed some flashes. Trying to break through two players. Davis, nice little step over. He gets turned at the top of the box. Pass is not a good one. Loftus-Cheek initially won it. Here comes Ramirez now in full flight. And a big tackle. And done in a big way. It's Michael DeFonte. The claws now. Gaining a little confidence to come forward on the right side now. So New York Red Bulls, after this goal, have grown an inch or two here and are feeding off a little bit of confidence that a goal provided.
He loves it, doesn't he? Every time you see Diego Costa pressuring the ball with that type of size, that type of intent, it's almost as if he doesn't even want to win the ball. It's just he wants to cause as much havoc as he possibly can with the defender at full speed with the ball at their feet. He almost wishes he can just see if they can force the mistake as opposed to actually winning the ball back.
Leo Stoltz has pulled out. Cross is blocked. Here's Ramirez now. Again, one thing you have to say about him, he's not afraid to take people on. He's got the conviction to go with people. He hasn't been successful, but he's certainly running at Chelsea defenders. Chelsea over the years has played against the Seattle Sounders, DC United, the LA Galaxy. Mind of the manager, the special one, Jose Mourinho. I love how he uses metaphors in the way he talks to the press.
He's the best. I mean, I've never seen a manager manipulate the press, manipulate his players through the press the way in which Jose Mourinho does, week after week. It's phenomenal. A lot of coaches try, and there's very few that can even come close to pulling it off, but he's by far the best.
Second stint at Chelsea. We all remember he was there in 2004 to 2007. Sandwiched between them, the special one won the Champions League with Porto of Portugal. And then everybody remembers with Inter Milan. And into this final where he said, we didn't want the ball. Goes to pulling out at the back post. Here's Oscar, who remained on from the first half, and he loses possession. He goes into a sort of strange tackle, more out of frustration, and it's Leo Stoltz now. Really kind of camped out here on the left side.
When you think about the difficulties for Leo Stoltz as that last touch gets away from him, how do you break into a midfield of Sasha Question, Dax McCarty, and Felipe? I mean, those are, I think, pound for pound, three of the top 10 midfielders in Major League Soccer, I think some could argue. And the consistency in which those three players have shown this year has made it really, really difficult for a guy like Stoltz, who's made the game day roster a few times, to actually come on and get his opportunity. But again, for every young player in Major League Soccer, first order of business, you got to prove to your coach day in, day out that you deserve the opportunity, and probably ultimately that he can rely on you in tough situations.
Boy, I look at this Chelsea team. I see Nemanja Matic and Diego Costa. And you just say to yourself, what wise, timely buys those two players were last year by Mourinho and Chelsea.
Well, especially Matic. Matic, you go back to his time with Benfica and the success he had in Europa League. I didn't think, when his name popped up, that he'd be a player that would fit in so seamlessly into this group and match up so well alongside guys like Ramirez, Oscar, Cesc Fabregas, Willian. I mean, he's been, in my opinion, arguably one of the best buys that Chelsea's had in a long, long time. And for a player who comes in as, quote-unquote, relatively unknown, he was a giant for them last season. That type of destroyer mentality, that left foot, you very rarely find that combination.
Tremendous protection for John Terry, who was a PFA Team of the Year member, 2014 and 15, swinging in ball from Davis, headed out by Chelsea. And early ball releases Hazard. Here's the Belgian now. In the area of the field he loves to be in most. Shot is blocked. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Knocked it inside. Zuma now.